So, hospitality doesn't have to be expensive. For some reason, we think that if we're going to practice hospitality, we have to have these amazing meals and Pinterest worthy decor. And that's all fine if you want to do it, but it doesn't have to be that way. Hospitality is about inviting people into your real life. And sometimes we need to be frugal in real life. So, here are 5 ways that you can practice hospitality without breaking the bank. I'm Katie from Hospitable Homemaker, and I'm glad you're here. Number 1, you can host kids. Seriously, this doesn't have to be a big deal. Turn on a sprinkler if you have a backyard and grab some popsicles. Or you can make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and have kids over so their parents can go on a date night. Parents will love you for this. Kids are great receivers of hospitality, and it means a lot to them. I know for my friends who have hosted my kids, they talk about that stuff all the time. It means so much to them and so much to me. Number 2, you can meet at a park. If you have kids, this is a great opportunity. You can take your kids to the park, they can play together, you can have adult conversation. You can meet mid-morning and go home for lunch or pack a bag lunch, and it doesn't cost you any more than it would have to sit at home and have that same thing. Or if you don't have kids, you can still totally text somebody and say, hey, I'm going for a walk. Would you like to join me? I would love to do that, and I know I'm not alone in that. Number 3, you can have a coffee date. Now, I love me some coffee, but tea can work too if that's your thing. You just go to a coffee shop with someone or put a pot of coffee on in your own home and have somebody over. It doesn't have to be a big deal, and it's a great way to disciple people, to evangelize, to just have a welcoming spirit. So I'm all for coffee. And at max, it's like $5, even if you go to Starbucks. And number 4, you can have a potluck. A friend of mine did an international potluck, and it was so fun. We all learned about a different country, and we came prepared with the food from that country. It gave us tons to talk about. We talked about who had been to the places they were cooking from and how they picked it and all of those things, and it was fantastic, and it wasn't expensive for her. You could also pick a different theme. You could do fall, or just everybody brings their favorite recipe. You don't have to foot the bill for the whole meal, and everybody gets to have a good time. And finally, host dessert. You don't have to host a whole meal. You can say, hey, you want to come over for dessert on Friday night at 7 o'clock? They know what they're getting into. It's not awkward at all. It's great. And it costs you maybe $5. Seriously, make a pan of brownies. You could do a boxed brownies and ice cream. Fantastic. Easy, inexpensive. And you can skip the ice cream if you want to have it be a little bit less expensive. Put on a pot of coffee or tea and just enjoy time together. These are just 5 ways that you can practice hospitality inexpensively, but I've got an even longer list if you go to hospitablehomemaker.com. I'll link to that down below.